hello. Well, if you're hearing this, then chances are you made a very poor career choice. I'm just kidding. I'm here to kind of help settle you down and talk you through some of the things you can expect to see here during your first week. Now for closure, I want you to forget the previous location. You know, some people still have a somewhat negative impression on the company and such, and the old location was, pretty much left to rot. But I want to reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family, fun, and above all, safety. With that being said, this place should be the safest one on Earth. The new animatronics are pretty exciting. Facial recognition, advanced mobility. The most important thing though, they're all tied into some sort of criminal database, so they can detect a predator from a mile away. Heck, we should be paying them to guard you. Isn't that funny? Remember though, no new system comes without its kinks. There was another guard here that worked at this location. He finished his week, but then he complained about conditions. The same thing happened to him that took place in the previous location he worked at. What I mean by that is that the new animatronic seemingly moved around the place. Now, with the new programming, that should be impossible, but the working theory is that they were never given a proper night mode. So, when it gets quiet, they think they're in the wrong room, and they try to go find where people are. In this case, that is your office. But we have a temporary solution for that. Do you remember how the robots in the previous location mistakenly saw you as an endoskeleton without a costume on? Well, these happen to have the same glitch in their system, so we've given you an empty Freddy Fazbear head that you can put on at any time. That way, they think you're one of them, and it will go away. Problem solved. Use it carefully though, as it's kind of hard to breathe in it, and the odor isn't the nicest. But hey, it's better than nothing. Oh yeah, you also may have noticed that the building no longer has any door lock buttons. That is also why I mentioned the Freddy Fazbear trick. It's because while you can't block them out of your way, you can fool them. They will most likely enter your office for a bit, but no worries, the trick should do it. Well, while you have no doors, you can at least still have light. Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, put on the Freddy Fazbear head if you need to. Piece of cake. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hello, hello! Seems like the first night wasn't really a problem, eh? All had to try hard, I guess. By now I'm sure you noticed the older models sitting in the back room. You should remember them from the previous location, but we only use them for parts now. The idea at first was to upgrade them with newer technology, but they were just so ugly, you know? Then that smell. So the company decided to go in a whole new direction, and make them super kid-friendly. The older ones shouldn't be able to walk around, but if they do, the whole Freddy picture should work on them too. I love those old characters. Remember Foxy the Pirate? Oh, wait, Foxy. Oh yeah, Foxy. Hey listen, that one has been a bit twitchy lately. I'm not sure the Freddy trick will work on Foxy. If for some reason he activates during the night and you see him standing at the far end of the hall, just flash your light at him from time to time. Those older models would always get disoriented with bright lights. It would cause a system restart or something. Come to think of it, that glitch should probably would have carried over to the new models too. So you might want to try that on the newer Foxy as well. It should make it back up into the Pirate's Cove. One more thing, don't forget to check the music box. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking and it can go anywhere. But Freddy Master should pull it, so just don't forget the music box. Anyway, I'm sure it won't be a problem. We've dealt with these guys before. We'll get back to you and talk to you tomorrow. hello? See, I told you you wouldn't have any problems. Did, Foxy ever appear in the hallway? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. You probably noticed the new Foxy, right? They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly and now put her in the kids' cove. To keep the toddlers entertained, you know. But kids these days just can't keep their hands to themselves. The staff had to literally put Foxy back together several times already. I'm not sure for how long they'll keep this break and fix dance. Oh, hey, before I go, I wanted to ease your mind about some of the rumors you may have heard lately. You know how these local spooky stories come and go, they don't mean anything. I can personally reassure you that whatever they're talking about, however tragic it may be, has nothing to do with us or the company. It's all just rumors, reporters trying to make a buck, you know. Our guard during the day has reported nothing unusual, and he's on watch from opening to close. Okay, well, anyway, hang in there, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. hello? Hey there, Night 4. Okay, so, just to update you, kind of investigation going on. We may end up having to close for a few days. I don't know. I just want to emphasize, though, that it's really just a precaution. Fazbear Entertainment denies any wrongdoing. These things just happen sometimes. It'll all get sorted out in a few days. Just keep an eye on things and I'll keep you posted. Just as a side note, though, try to avoid eye contact with any of the animatronics tonight if you can. Someone may have tampered with their facial recognition systems. We're not sure. But the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive towards this fact. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare. Anyways, hang tight. It'll all pass. Good night. Hello, hello. Hey, good job. Last shift of the week. Try to keep a close eye on everything tonight, alright? From what I've been told, building's on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out. You know, especially concerning anyone from the staff. When the higher-ups sort all this stuff out, I'll try to transfer you to the day shift. We'll switch you with the day guard. We're trying to contact the owner, but he refuses to talk to anyone. Seems like the authorities got a tight grip around his neck. So, try to get through one more night. Hang in there. Good night. Oh, what on earth are we doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closing down, for sure this time. Someone used one of the suits. Again. It's being closed down for investigation now. Also, with the robots, not none of them are acting right. So be very cautious. Although you probably already were. I really don't want to get personal, but this, whatever you call what's going on right now, is putting me in a very tough situation. Do you know how hard it is to find a job and stay? Well, I mean, you probably do. I just took the database. You worked here before, and you applied for tampering with the animatronics and odor? Geez, the company is really desperate with that old lady at the front doesn't know how to use a computer. I presume it's the second one. Shit. Listen, I don't know if you plan on staying here for another 7 nights or so, you know that I really care, but just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. I don't think it will, but if the place ever reopens, I'll have to take the night shift myself. Good night.